When you have too much on your plate, it's really easy to feel overwhelmed. This is coming from somebody who has 5 blogs, 3 YouTube channels, a Twitch stream, and a live stream I do every other Monday. And then I was thinking about adding a podcast. Needless to say that some of my world is indeed in chaos. But I've been able to find a little bit of balance with it. In fact, things are starting to look up, and I'm still feeling positive about 2021. I'm Michael with the WriterSanctuary, and today I want to share what I've found to be the most effective to find balance in a chaotic world. Now, before we get started, if you can hit the like button to help the channel out, and for more videos like this, hit subscribe if you haven't already. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, you can always hit me up on social media on Twitter or Facebook, or use the contact form on WriterSanctuary.com's website. Okay, trying to find balance in a chaotic world really depends on how much chaos you have in your world, because not everybody's going to experience the same amount of chaos. But if you don't find some kind of way to balance everything out, it's going to be extremely easy for you to burn out later on. There'll come a point where you start thinking to yourself, to hell with it, and give up on all the things that you love doing. This includes any blogs you might have or YouTube channel that you're trying to get off the ground. Finding some kind of balance throughout your day is greatly beneficial. So the first thing I started doing is prioritizing things that work. This means putting more effort into the stuff like the blogs because they do pay me, my clients because obviously they pay me, and I'm fairly close to getting into the YouTube partnership program, maybe, because I'm still 1.8 thousand hours off for the year. But for the most part, I use the YouTube videos to accentuate the blog anyway, so no matter what, making these videos is a win for me. But by prioritizing the ones that actually work, I can, make sure that I have income coming in. Now, there's still a few small projects that I'm trying to get off the ground to see if they will pay off, but for the most part, I put all my effort into the stuff that actually does bring in the money. Case in point, like right now, I am a week ahead for content on WriterSanctuary.com. And I think I found a good balance of creating videos every 3 times a week. So by prioritizing all the things that matter most to me, I'm able to get more done. Secondly is setting up a schedule and managing my time. Now, for the longest time, it's been really difficult for me to find a really good schedule because I've had so much things in my life that keep taking time away from all my projects. And there's been a lot of times where I felt overwhelmed because of all the things I actually do. So I'll sit there and worry about all 5 of the blogs, all the YouTube channels, the Twitch stream, everything that I'm involved in, including my novel, and then I start freaking out about it. And when you view it that way, there's a lot to encompass, but not necessarily. Yes, it's true that by splitting myself up, that a lot of things I want to do don't get enough attention. But by creating a schedule in Asana, I'm able to tackle each thing individually every day and work from 8 to 5. And I've found over the past few weeks that I actually had a lot more time than I thought I did. I'm still working out the kinks of trying to fix Crossing Colorado and get more videos for the gaming channel, but for the most part, everything's fitting into place. So yeah, after the past couple of weeks, I'm feeling pretty proud of myself. The next thing is that I removed all distractions as much as possible. There's been a few days where I still wind up getting sucked into the weird places of YouTube, but for the most part, I wait until after 5 before I do anything extra like YouTube or Netflix. And I recently learned to say no. Now, saying no to friends and family during my work day has been the most difficult. People want to go shopping at Costco, and yeah, I want to go. But every time I leave to go to Costco or go get coffee or anything like that, it takes time away from what I'm trying to do. So yeah, saying no is definitely beneficial. But when you're working from home, your friends and family have got to understand that just because you're working from home and you're not under the thumb of some manager, you still need to work. Even if you're a blogger, if you want to try getting a blog off the ground and try to make it bring in enough for full-time income, you still have to put in the work. And if you spend too much time drinking coffee or going out to Costco or hanging out at the park or whatever else that everybody wants to do, that's time that's taken away from doing what you want to do. The fourth thing that I've been doing quite a bit lately is setting achievable goals. I'm a big fan of setting goals and gamifying the experience. That's why I have a spreadsheet so I can keep track of everything I ever write, how long it takes me to write it, how much money it brings in. And then the next day I try to break that record. Now, when I say set achievable goals, it's not saying that you should set your goals so low that it's mind-numbing to do it. Of course, you don't want to set them too high because then you get frustrated that you're not meeting that goal. That's why you break it up into smaller chunks. For instance, one of the goals I have for 2021 is to write 1 million words. And if I want to do that Monday through Friday, my goal for each individual day is just over 3,800 words. So far today, I am at 3,000. I still have another blog to write. And if I wanted to work on my novel, I can throw some more time into that too. So by maintaining all of these writing goals, I'm able to surpass the 1 million words by the end of 2021. My point is to make sure that you set your goals to something that you're able to achieve. Something that's still a little bit beyond your current capability, but not too far out there that it's just going to leave you stressed out if you don't make it. Because it's all about that dopamine hit when you actually accomplish something that you really want. Personally, I'm going to aim for 1 million. I'm going to write 3,800 words a day, and then each day I'm going to try to surpass the day before. The fifth thing I've discovered is not to stress over the things you don't get accomplished. So when you have way too many things on your plate, it can really sap the energy out of you. You start stressing out that this blog didn't get this much attention, I haven't done the video on this one. But as long as you put in a full day and manage to get as much out as you could, it's all good. It's like if I don't finish this blog post today, I'm going to schedule it for Wednesday. And since I'm already a week ahead for WriterSanctuary, it doesn't really matter. I can start it today, finish it on tomorrow or Wednesday, and then it'll be published on Friday. But in the past, I stressed out quite a bit when I wasn't able to get things out at a certain time. I stressed quite a bit when I wasn't able to upload videos on a regular basis. You gotta let that kind of stuff go. Otherwise, that stress is just going to carry over into the next day, and then you're just going to feel even more behind, and it's going to really drive you nuts. And lastly, don't start a new project until you stabilize the ones you have. Now, this is one I've kind of touched on a long time ago, because I had this one client who would buy up a website just because he liked the name of it. Didn't put any effort into content, didn't try to monetize it in any way. He just wanted the website, wanted me to build the website, and then expect all these riches to come flowing in. And after a month, if it hasn't made a few bucks, then he'd buy another website while still holding on to the other one. At one time, he had 25 domains that none of them were doing anything. And I tried to explain to him that without content, you're not going to make any money from it. You're not even selling anything. But no, he just kept going. My point is that if you don't put enough effort into the ones that you have, then it's just going to take that time away from those projects that do work and throw it into something that may or may not. Which is one of the biggest reasons why I haven't started a podcast yet. I might have the time to do it, but I want to make sure that all the other blogs are stable and going before I try to take on something new. I'm getting there. I think in 2021 I might be able to do a podcast, but that really depends on how the next couple of months go. Now, WriterSanctuary is doing great, but I still have to work on Crossing Colorado, Colorado Plays, Practically Living Green, and then my personal blog is more of a fun thing. Plus, I'm going to be doing some ebooks for supporters on Buy Me a Coffee. So I've got quite a bit on my plate, and that's not including the experiment on vocal hub pages and Medium that I'm doing next year. So yeah, if I want to get all that done, I'm going to have to hunker down on my scheduling. At any rate, that's pretty much all I've done the past few weeks. Let's focus on all these 6 points. Now, your world of chaos might be completely different than mine. I have a house full of people all the time. I've got all these different projects I'm trying to do. But these are the things that help me find balance in my chaotic world. So what kind of things do you like to do to help you try to manage your chaos? I would say that I drink more, but God, I have drank more this year than I have in the past 10. But I think a lot of people can say that about 2020. Just remember that if you don't address the things that make your world chaos this year, it's just going to follow you next year. So you might as well put in the effort to fix your stuff now. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button. If you want to see more videos about freelance writing, text broker, WordPress, or anything else I cover, hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the notification bell. I think that's going to do it for me today. I'll see you next time.